This is Dr. Derek here with another exercise to keep your body tapped in, tuned up, and turned on. And today we're going to be going over a foot mobility exercise, which is phenomenal for your feet. I swear your feet are going to feel like they haven't felt in the last 20 years after you do this. It's that amazing. And if you don't believe me, try it on one foot, stand up, bounce around, balance around, and feel the difference yourself. So if you join me, I'm going to go ahead and sit down. And we're going to start with the right foot, and we're going to do both feet, but just for this video, I think I'm going to focus on one foot, so that way I don't use up too much of your time. So if you're comfortable in the cross-legged position, that's perfect. If not, you can just come up like this. That's perfect too. But, so you can get a full view of my foot, I'm going to stay here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our fingers of our opposite hand inside the toes of our foot. So mine will be my left hand on my right foot. And we're going to go ahead and pull our fingers down a little bit. This is kind of uncomfortable when you first start, so if you want to leave your fingers up towards the top of your toes, that's fine. But what we're going to do here is we're going to grab our midfoot, which is basically just the middle of our foot, right by our arch, and we're going to work on rotating our foot back and forth to really work on loosening up all those joints. I mean, there's 26 bones in your foot, 28 if you count the sesamoids. And so it's really important that they're all moving properly. And between those 26 bones, we have 33 joints. So what we're going to do next is we're going to grab our ankle, stabilize the ankle and the heel bone, and then do more of a long lever rotation. So we're going to come in here, really working on rotating back and forth. And then to end it, we're going to take off our stability hand and work our whole foot and ankle in this process. Good, and you can even grab the midfoot for a little bit more rotation if you feel that is necessary. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work on flexion and extension of the phalanges, which is the fancy word for toes. So we're going to stretch them back and forth into flexion and extension, really working on that fascia between the toes, and this actually extends down into your metatarsal fascia as well. Good, we're going to do each toe 2 to 3 times, whatever feels right to you. You can go a little bit more if you want. And we're going to do our pinky toe last. And then we're going to go in and do each individual bone of our toe. We're going to rotate, flex, extend, and laterally bend on each of these. So in order to do this, we're going to grab the base of our toe for stability. And then we're going to come on the top of our toe, and we're just going to flex, extend, we're going to rotate, and then we're going to laterally bend side to side, and then even just circumduct, which is just bringing a big circle around. And we're going to do that with our distal phalange, which is the bone furthest away from the foot, and then the proximal phalange as well, which is the one closer to the metatarsal. And when we do the proximal, we're going to stabilize at the metatarsal. So again, we're flexing and extending, we're rotating, and then we're laterally bending. And then bringing a big old circle. And then we're going to do the same with all of our toes. Our big toe only has 2 phalanges, and the rest of our toes have 3 phalanges. So we'll be doing 2 joints and 3 bones on the rest of our toes. So we're going to grab the distal, really work it out, flex, extend again, rotate, bring it into full circle. Then we're going to grab the first phalange and the middle phalange, do the same thing. Really working that out, flex, extend, bring it around, rotate. And then we're going to grab the metatarsal and the proximal and finish up there. And we're going to do this on all our toes. And I'll speed through the process just a little bit more. I usually spend about 5 minutes per foot on this. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll do the same with the other 2 toes. And once we get done with that, we're going to go into our actual metatarsals, and we're going to work on shearing them back and forth. So we're going to grab our foot, we're going to stabilize the last 4 and grab the first one, and then we're just going to push back and forth between these 2. Really working on adding motion between our metatarsals and freeing up that space. We're going to do all 4 of the spaces between our 5 metatarsals. Good, good, good. And really feeling for areas that have extra tension. Between my 3rd and 4th metatarsal is where I have my most tension. And so I have a little bit of extra time that I focus on that area. And so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the palms of our hands and we're going to put them on the top of our foot. And our fingers are going to go on the bottom of our foot. And what we're going to do is we're going to splay open the top of our foot, really opening up, stretching, pushing up with our fingers as we pull out with our hands to kind of open up the top part of our foot. Good. And then we're going to do the same thing in reverse. So we're pulling out with our fingers and pushing down with our palms to the bottom of our foot. Really working on opening up that space below our foot. It's a nice little gentle massage as well as a mobility exercise. And that is the end of our foot mobility. Make sure we do both feet so that way we're not walking around imbalanced and with one foot feeling really good and one foot feeling like a club still. And I hope you get as much benefit as I've seen out of this over the past few years since I discovered it. So thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next exercise.